How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, since the whole demonetization thing has happened and come and gone, I'm trying to get the channel back to the state that was in before the whole debacle, and my views and retention time and everything have just gone way down, so it's going to be an uphill battle from here on out. So hopefully with EA Play and stuff coming up soon, I'll be able to cover a lot of that stuff and maybe get the ball rolling again. So in the meantime, if you guys enjoy the videos, please give them a thumb up. I was talking to a bunch of other creators when the whole situation happened, and they were saying that the thumb ups actually do help the algorithm. So like setting like goals and stuff actually help. That's why you see it all the time. Now, I'm not going to set a like goal, but I do ask that if you guys enjoy my content that you just don't forget to press the thumb up button. It really does help, apparently, and I would greatly appreciate it. And then if you guys want to continue to support me, check me out on Twitch. The link is down in the description below. And yeah, I do most of my streaming over there now. Now, with all that said, let's get into the actual video itself. And this is going to be a little bit of like a recap, because I know there's a lot of new players as of late with all the new DLC and everything, and there's more and more people coming back to this game every single day. And I've covered this in past videos and I've talked about it on live streams, but I still get asked daily on all my streams what I think is going to be coming in June. Now, if you don't know, apparently June is going to be a huge month for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, they don't have a panel at EA Play, but they are going to have a huge community transmission. Apparently, it's 2 to 3 community transmissions piled into one. So this is the only CT that we're getting for the month, but it's just going to be jam-packed with everything. So the only thing that we know for sure that we are getting is Naboo for Capital Supremacy. Everything else is up for speculation. Now, based off of everything that we have gotten in the past and everything that has been teased, I'm going to go over what I think is actually going to come in June and in the next couple of months when they announce the future plans for this game. Now, realistically, right off the bat, I think we're going to get skins. I think that's a pretty safe bet at this point. People have wanted skins since launch. They've been requested every single month since launch. They know that we want skins. They gave us the Leia skin last month, which everybody loved. It's pretty straightforward. Like, it's simple. We want skins. It's easy for them to do compared to making an entire new hero or making a new map or any of that. So it's pretty straightforward. I think we're getting skins. As of how many, I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe 2 to 3 would be my guess. Sometime soon. Maybe not in June itself, but maybe June going into July. I bet we get at least 2 to 3. That's my guess. But other than that, it has been a meme pretty much every Saturday on Reddit in the Sith Post Saturday, and it's been joked about and made fun of for over a year now since the release. And that's the fact that they originally advertised that the game would come out with weapons, vehicles, new heroes, and maps, and we never saw any weapons, ever. Now, there's still people that argue that, oh, Finn and Phasma got weapons, and there's new weapons in the TIE fighters that they added, and there's people that try to defend it, and those people are idiots. But we never got any weapons. The majority of the time you play this game, you're playing as infantry, and there's 4 classes, and there's the default blaster, and then there's 3 other blasters. And we've been playing with the same blasters since launch. There's only a limited amount of attachments. There's no customization. There's hardly anything in regards to weapons. So I think that they're finally going to give us some weapons. Because, I mean, they've known that we've wanted weapons since launch. It's been a year and a half. I think this is finally the time that they're going to announce it. I don't think we're going to get anything absolutely crazy. It's not like they're going to drop 10 or 20 weapons. I bet you they only start us off with 1 weapon per class, and then if people really enjoy that and they get good feedback, then maybe they'll add more after that. But I think for starters, they're just going to add 1 per class, and then we'll just have to accept that. And Yeah, so that's my second guess, is that we're going to get skins and we're going to get weapons. So that's my personal opinion. Now I'm going to get into some stuff that I've seen brought up in the community, like on my Discord, in the comment section, on live stream chat. Like, I've seen a lot of suggestions, and they're not all like completely out there. Like, some of them are pretty plausible, which is, for starters, the Droideka. The Droideka was teased by Dennis multiple times. It's been teased by developers. It was even in that one picture of Kashyyyk, and it was passed off as environmental clutter, which just became a meme, and it made the whole community just enraged at the fact that they teased that there was a Droideka, and we know that the Droidekas at some point were being worked on. So maybe after a year and a half, they will finally give us Droidekas. Now, they did give us reinforcements. They gave us the Infiltrator class, which is the ARC Trooper, and the BX droid. And the community really enjoyed those extra reinforcements. So it would make sense to finally add some more. And some of the other eras need love. Now, I don't think that they're going to give some of the other eras anything, but my best guess, if it came to reinforcements, would be that we get a Droideka and a Clone Commando. Because apparently they have been data mined. Like, there's been like stuff found in the files like about the blasters for the Clone Commandos and stuff. So if I was to take an educated guess, it'd probably be those two paired together. Now, I don't see us getting that in June. Maybe down the line. I think it is a good educated guess that I saw out in the community. And I would be completely fine with that if we got those, because I've wanted Droidekas since before the game was announced. Like, as soon as I found out Clone Wars was in the game, I wanted Droidekas. So, fingers crossed for that. Next up is Heroes. Now, it was leaked forever ago that apparently they're working on Ahsoka and Ventress. I covered that like a few months back. A well-known leaker in the Battlefront Reddit community. Some info has been known to leak things, and he's normally right like 90% of the time when he leaks stuff. And he said that they were working on Ahsoka and Ventress. So, I mean, they are probably going to come at some point in June. I don't know. I don't think they're going to hit us with just a random announcement of heroes and then release those heroes in the same month. And if we do get 2 more heroes, or 3 or 4, or however many heroes that they plan on adding, they're not going to drop them at the same time. They're going to space them out like they did with the past heroes that we got, like Grievous and Obi-Wan and Dooku and Anakin. They would drop like Ahsoka 1 month and Ventress the next month. And then that leaves maps. I have seen quite a few people suggest that the Naboo map might be the Gungan Plains. Since this is the last map that they're releasing for Capital Supremacy, maybe they're completely making a new map for Naboo like they did with Geonosis, and that's why it's taken them a little bit longer. And it was in the original Battlefront game, and it was a pretty epic battle in Episode 1. It's not out of the range of possibility. It would be really cool to see. I mean, Naboo's my favorite map, so I'm okay if they still use the same layout from Naboo. They just change it, and then they just port it over from Galactic Assault and make that the Capital Supremacy map. Like, I'm fine with that, but it would also be pretty freaking cool to be battling on the Naboo plains, like where the Gungans fought, and they just have command posts out in an open field. I think that would be pretty sick too. I don't think that one's as likely, but I mean, like I said, it would be pretty cool to see. Which segues me into the next point I'd like to make, and that is, I think over the next couple months, they will try to add Capital Supremacy to probably the original trilogy era. That way we could get some Darth Vader, Palpatine, Boba Fett action with some Luke and Leia and Han and all those characters, because Capital Supremacy is a fun mode, but it just gets really repetitive playing as the clones over and over and over. And I would be fine with it, but Anakin kind of breaks it for me. Like, I'm tired of seeing Anakin at the top of the leaderboard every single match of Capital Supremacy that I play. Give us some variation, even if it's just one map like Hoth. Just some variation of Capital Supremacy where we can play as different heroes. I think that would be pretty neat. And then let's get into the smaller things that people tend to overlook. And that is, we'll probably get some victory poses and emotes and stuff like that. Now, over the past couple months, they've been adding victory poses. It's kind of been going under the radar, but they've been tweaking the way that some of the victory poses look for the different heroes. So I do predict that we might get some different victory poses. And then a lot of people will keep forgetting about that second emote wheel we got. I think that emote wheel was kind of stupid. I don't understand the point of it. It just makes things a bit more difficult to have two wheels. But they did say that they planned on improving that wheel and adding more voice lines to the game. So with all this new content coming out and the addition of that second wheel, I mean, that wheel's kind of pointless right now, but they will probably add some extra voice lines here and there, just sprinkled in with all the other stuff, just to, I mean, they'll pass that off as content, and they'll like throw it all in at once so it looks like it's more than it is. And I know a lot of people weren't really that excited for that, but let's just face reality. I mean, they're going to add that regardless. I mean, they took the time to make this second emote wheel. I mean, they're going to add stuff to it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we're going to get weapons and skins. Some people think we're going to get more reinforcements like the Droideka and the Clone Commando. I don't see us getting any new maps, but they could maybe tweak Naboo for Capital Supremacy and add one of the original trilogy maps to Capital Supremacy as well. And then there's always the potential of them adding more heroes to the game like Ahsoka and Ventress. And then I keep seeing, for some reason, a lot of people keep requesting Krennic and Jyn from Rogue One. So that could be a possibility as well. But that is what I think could come over the next couple months. I think that's a pretty plausible amount of stuff, considering this game's going to go all up to like 2020 and maybe then some, because we don't know if they're going to make a Battlefront 3. Right now, there's no plans of a Battlefront 3, so this is what we got to work with. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think we're going to get more than this? Do you think we're going to get less? Is this a pretty reasonable list? What would you guys like to see? And then as another reminder, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Maybe share it around, retweet it. Just do whatever, because I'm trying to get this channel back to the way that it was. And when I had to delete over half my library of videos, it just completely killed my watch time and my algorithm. And now it just, YouTube thinks that my channel's dead and nobody wants to see my videos. And I need your help to get there. But regardless, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Yeah, I'll probably be streaming later on today, so check me out on Twitch, and that's gonna do it for me, guys, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
We would be honored if you would join us. You cannot resist